For many years, millions of people have known him simply as Tyrus, the tall and powerful man with the deep voice who appears regularly on Fox News. He is easy to recognize, not only because of his size, but also because of his loud laugh, confident way of speaking, and strong opinions. To most viewers, he looks like someone who has always lived in the spotlight, someone who is bold, fearless, and comfortable in front of cameras. But in early 2024, something happened that surprised even his most loyal fans. Cameras caught Tyrus walking calmly beside a woman at a public event in Nashville, Tennessee. She was well-dressed, confident, and clearly important, yet many people had no idea who she was. Within hours, photos of the two of them began spreading across social media. People started asking the same questions again and again. Who is she? Why have we never seen her before? And how can someone so famous keep such a big part of his life so private? It did not take long for the truth to come out. The woman was his wife, Ingrid Rink, a successful business owner and fitness coach who had built her own name long before she was known as Tyrus's wife. What shocked fans even more was that Ingrid herself was already famous in the world of health and online business. She is the founder of a company called Sensible Meals, which provides healthy food plans to thousands of customers across the United States. She also has a large following on social media, where she shares fitness tips, business advice, and personal stories about discipline and hard work. Many people could not believe that two public figures could stay married for years without the public knowing much about it. Some fans said the moment felt unreal, like discovering a secret chapter in a book they thought they already knew by heart. To understand why this moment felt so powerful, it helps to understand where Tyrus came from and why privacy became so important to him in the first place. Tyrus was born as George Timothy Murdoch on February 21, 1973, in Boston, Massachusetts. His early life was not easy, and it was far from the strong and confident image people see today. His mother was only 15 years old when he was born, and his father was 19. They were very young, unprepared, and trapped in a relationship filled with fear instead of love. Violence was common in their home. His father often hurt his mother, and soon that anger turned toward Tyrus as well. One terrible moment changed everything. His father hit him so badly that one of his eyes became permanently swollen. That injury stayed with him for life, not only on his face, but also in his memory. It was the moment his mother decided she had to leave to protect her children. But leaving did not mean life became peaceful. Tyrus was the oldest child in a mixed-race family at a time when many people were still deeply racist. When his mother tried to return to her own parents' home, they told her she could stay, but her children could not, because their father was black. So Tyrus and his brother were placed into foster care. As a young child, he did not understand hate or race, only that he was unwanted. He later shared that he used to wish his skin color could change, believing that maybe then he could go home. Those thoughts stayed with him for many years. Eventually, the brothers were reunited with their mother in Los Angeles. But life there was also unstable. His mother worked long hours, sometimes up to 80 hours a week, just to keep food on the table. They moved from place to place, never staying long enough to feel safe or settled. Later, his mother remarried, hoping things would improve. But instead, another violent man entered their lives. His stepfather was aggressive and dangerous. One attack was so severe that Tyrus lost his front teeth when he was only 13 years old. By the time he turned 16, he could not take it anymore. After fighting back during one final violent moment, he packed his clothes into a trash bag and left home. He had nowhere to go. He slept on friends' couches, stayed with coaches when he could, and sometimes hid in school locker rooms just to get through the night. He rarely asked for help. He learned to survive quietly. During this difficult time, football became the one stable thing in his life. The field gave him rules, structure, and adults who cared whether he succeeded or failed. It taught him discipline and responsibility. It gave him a reason to wake up every morning. Coaches became father figures, and teammates became family. He learned that effort mattered more than excuses, and that nothing would be handed to him freely. Football did not just give him a skill, it gave him direction. After high school, he attended Antelope Valley College in California, where his size and strength made him stand out quickly. He earned respect as an offensive lineman and gained attention from bigger schools. Later, he transferred to the University of Nebraska at Kearney, a Division II school. At first, he was unsure, thinking it might limit his future, but the experience changed his life. There, he found mentors who taught him how to be accountable and how to keep his word. He graduated in 1998 with a degree in physical education, even though he could not afford to attend his own graduation ceremony. He was proud, but silent, choosing dignity over asking for help. After college, he tried to enter the NFL, but injuries closed that door. He worked many jobs to survive, including substitute teaching and nightclub security. At one point, he even worked as a bodyguard for famous rapper Snoop Dogg. One night, while breaking up a fight in a club, he handled the situation calmly, but in a way that caught attention. A professional wrestler happened to be there and told him he had natural talent for wrestling. That moment changed his path again. By 2006, he joined WWE under the name Brodus Clay. Later, he moved to Impact Wrestling and became known as Tyrus, the name fans recognize today. Wrestling brought him money, attention, and confidence, but it also brought stress and constant travel. He enjoyed performing, but he also learned how loud fame could be, how fast rumors spread, and how little privacy public figures truly have. When he later joined Fox News, through friendly online exchanges with host Greg Gutfeld, his public image grew even larger. By 2016, he became a regular guest, known for humor mixed with serious opinions. His face became familiar to millions of households. Yet through all of this, he kept one part of his life almost invisible. His relationship with Ingrid Rink remained mostly out of sight. Ingrid was not just a quiet partner staying in the background. She was building her own business, raising children from a previous relationship, and growing her company into a respected brand. She valued routine, health, and personal growth, very different from the chaotic world Tyrus grew up in. Friends close to them later said their relationship worked because they balanced each other. He brought strength and protection. She brought calm and planning. They understood each other's pain and goals without needing to explain much. They chose to keep their marriage private, not because they were ashamed, but because both had learned how damaging public attention could be. For Tyrus, privacy meant safety. It meant protecting something good in a life that had been full of danger and noise. For Ingrid, it meant keeping her business and children away from gossip and judgment. So, when they finally appeared together publicly, hand in hand, smiling without fear, it felt like the ending of a long secret story. Fans were stunned, not because his wife was famous, but because he had managed to protect something real, in a world that constantly tries to take everything personal and turn it into entertainment. As more people learned about Ingrid Rink, the surprise slowly turned into curiosity and respect. Many fans went online to search her name, and what they found was not a quiet person living in someone else's shadow, but a strong and independent woman who had already faced her own struggles. Ingrid was born and raised in the United States, and worked hard from a young age. She became interested in fitness and healthy living after dealing with personal health problems in her family. Instead of letting those struggles break her, she used them as motivation. Over time, she became a certified nutrition coach and later started her own company, Sensible Meals, which focuses on simple and healthy food plans for people who want to lose weight or live better lives. The business grew quickly because people trusted her honest approach. She spoke openly about discipline, routine, and mental strength, not just physical fitness. By the time many fans first saw her walking next to Tyrus, she already had thousands of loyal followers online and a respected name in the business world. Yet, she never used her husband's fame to promote herself. Friends later said that this was part of her character. She believed success should come from effort, not from being connected to someone famous. This was another reason the public appearance felt so unusual. Two strong personalities had chosen to live quietly instead of using each other's spotlight. People were not used to seeing that in the world of television and social media, where almost every detail is shared for attention. Their relationship did not begin in front of cameras. It started quietly, through shared friends and normal conversations. At first, neither of them expected it to become serious. Tyrus was traveling often because of wrestling and television work, while Ingrid was focused on growing her business and raising her children. But they slowly realized they understood each other in ways others did not. Tyrus had grown up in fear and instability. Ingrid had learned how to create order and structure. Where he was loud and expressive, she was calm and thoughtful. Where he carried old pain, she carried patience. Over time, trust grew. They talked about their pasts, their mistakes, and their hopes. Tyrus later said in interviews that Ingrid helped him understand what real peace felt like. Not the kind that comes from success or money, but the kind that comes from knowing someone accepts you fully, even the parts shaped by trauma. They decided to marry in a small private ceremony, with only close family and friends present. There were no big headlines, no red carpet photos, no magazine covers. It was simply a promise between two people who had both lived hard lives and wanted something steady at last. As years passed, they continued to keep their personal life separate from public attention. Tyrus rarely spoke about his marriage on television. Ingrid focused on her company and her children. When they did appear together at events, it was usually small charity gatherings or business meetings where cameras were limited. But the Nashville event changed everything. Someone recognized them, took photos, and shared them online. Within hours, blogs and fan pages were filled with questions. Some fans were shocked by how different Ingrid seemed from the image they had imagined. They expected a loud celebrity personality, someone dramatic and flashy. Instead, they saw a woman who stood quietly, smiling politely, letting her husband speak while she stayed just one step behind him. Many viewers said that this made them respect her more, not less. Others said it made them respect Tyrus more as well. They realized that the man known for jokes and arguments on television had built a life based on privacy, loyalty, and balance. The story spread quickly, not because of scandal, but because it felt rare. In a time when many public figures share everything, Tyrus and Ingrid had shared almost nothing, and somehow kept something real alive in silence.